North London triumph. Arsenal knock out Real Madrid at the Bernabéu. A night to remember. When Arsenal Football Club stepped onto the hallowed turf of the Santiago Bernabéu for their UEFA Champions League quarterfinal second leg against Real Madrid, few could have anticipated the historic night that was about to unfold. In the heart of Spain's capital, where countless European giants have faltered, Arsenal scripted a masterpiece of resilience, tactical brilliance, and sheer willpower. For a club that has so often found itself on the wrong end of European heartbreaks, this was more than a victory, it was redemption. The stage could not have been more iconic. The Bernabéu, drenched in white and filled with anticipation, stood witness to a new chapter in Arsenal's European story. Under the lights, against 14-time champions Real Madrid, Mikel Arteta's men defied the odds and delivered one of the most memorable away performances in their storied history. Pre-match build-up. David vs. Goliath. The journey to Madrid had not been straightforward. Arsenal, having topped the group and edged through the round of 16, were drawn against the most successful club in European football history. Real Madrid, led by the ever-experienced Carlo Ancelotti, had been tipped by many to once again reach the final stages of the competition. Their aura, legacy, and form painted them as favourites. Yet, Arsenal were no pushovers. The North London side, rejuvenated under Arteta, boasted a young, dynamic squad bursting with belief. With players like Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and William Saliba at their peak, they carried with them both flair and grit. The media buzzed with comparisons. Could this youthful Arsenal side outwit Madrid's old guard? Would Arteta's tactical ingenuity rival Ancelotti's legendary calm? Pundits debated formations, fanbases engaged in spirited online duels, and journalists highlighted the contrast between Madrid's experience and Arsenal's energy. Training sessions were intense. Reports emerged of Arteta drilling his team on pressing patterns, transition shapes, and defensive compactness. Real Madrid, meanwhile, exuded confidence, emphasizing their pedigree. Toni Kroos spoke about the importance of staying calm and being clinical. In North London, Arteta remained tight-lipped but focused. "We know what we're up against, but we believe in our game," he told reporters. The first leg. London in suspense. The first leg at the Emirates had ended in a tense 2-2 draw. Arsenal had twice taken the lead through goals from Gabriel Jesus and Saka, only to be pegged back by Vinicius Jr. and a late Jude Bellingham equalizer. It was a game defined by phases: Arsenal's electric start, Madrid's control in the middle, and a chaotic end. Arteta had gone with an aggressive setup, pressing high and taking the game to Madrid. The Emirates roared in approval as Arsenal pinned back the Spanish giants in the first half. However, lapses in concentration and Madrid's composure ensured they left with two vital away goals, under the no away goal rule era, but psychological nonetheless. Despite the draw, there was belief in the Arsenal camp. "We showed we can go toe-to-toe with them," said Declan Rice post-match. "Now, it's about finishing the job." The night at the Bernabéu, a North London masterpiece. First half. Holding the line. From the first whistle, Real Madrid asserted control. Kroos and Modric dictated tempo, while Vinicius Jr. tested Ben White's resolve down the flank. The Bernabéu crowd surged with every attack, sensing blood. But Arsenal did not buckle. Saliba and Gabriel formed a formidable wall at the back, heading away crosses and blocking shots. Raya made a crucial early save, tipping a Carvajal volley over the bar. Arsenal's midfield, anchored by Rice, began to find rhythm. Martinelli's pace on the counter created panic among Madrid's defenders. In the 32nd minute, the breakthrough came. A sweeping counter led by Odegaard found Saka on the right. His low cross was met by Odegaard, who poked it past Courtois. 1-0 to Arsenal, 2-1 on aggregate. The away section erupted. Madrid responded with fury. Valverde struck the post, and Bellingham saw a header saved brilliantly by Raya. The pressure was relentless, but Arsenal's compact shape and willingness to defend as a unit saw them reach half-time with their lead intact. Second half. The storm and the silence. Ancelotti made changes. Rodrigo and Joselu were introduced, and Madrid pushed higher. Arsenal dropped deeper but remained dangerous on the break. Zinchenko, brought on for Tomiyasu, added control in possession. In the 64th minute, disaster nearly struck. A penalty was awarded for a handball on Saliba, but VAR intervened. Replays showed the ball struck his shoulder. The decision was overturned. The momentum shifted. Minutes later, Arsenal struck again. A turnover in midfield saw Rice feed Martinelli. The Brazilian danced past Militao and unleashed a thunderous shot into the top corner. 2-0 Arsenal. The Bernabéu fell silent. Real Madrid threw everything forward. Crosses flew in, long shots rained down, but Arsenal stood tall. In stoppage time, Odegaard almost made it 3 with a curling effort that clipped the bar. The final whistle blew moments later. Arsenal had done it. 4-2 on aggregate. Real Madrid, European royalty, were out. Tactical masterclass. Arteta's symphony. Mikel Arteta's plan was clear: frustrate, absorb, and strike. Unlike the first leg, Arsenal set up more conservatively, respecting Madrid's firepower. The back four remained narrow, while Rice and Jorginho shielded the defense superbly. Saka and Martinelli worked tirelessly on the flanks, doubling up defensively and exploding forward in transition. Jesus, ever the warrior, pressed from the front and linked play brilliantly. Arteta's decision to play Jorginho over Havertz surprised many but proved pivotal. His calm under pressure and ability to dictate tempo helped Arsenal weather storms. In-game management was flawless. Zinchenko's introduction stabilized possession, and Kiwior's late cameo added height and defensive security. Every change had purpose. Ancelotti, for once, seemed outmaneuvered. His substitutions came late, and Madrid's structure unraveled as they chased the game. Post-match reactions. A global shockwave. The football world erupted. Social media was awash with praise for Arsenal. Pundits hailed the performance as one of the great European away displays. They were magnificent, said Thierry Henry on CBS. That's how you go to the Bernabéu and make a statement. Arteta was emotional. It means everything. For the club, for the fans, for these players who give me everything. This is why we do it. Rice, named man of the match, simply said, "We believed. We always believed." Madrid, gracious in defeat, acknowledged Arsenal's excellence. They deserved it, admitted Ancelotti. They defended well and were clinical. Legacy and implications. A new era. This result was more than a semi-final berth. It was a statement of intent. Arsenal, long seen as nearly men in Europe, had taken down the Kings. It marked a coming of age for this team. Saliba, Odegaard, Saka, and Martinelli announced themselves on the grandest stage. Arteta cemented his reputation as a top-tier manager. The win also rekindled dreams. Fans began to believe this could be the year. The road ahead would be tough, but after Madrid, fear was no longer a factor. Financially, the victory boosted Arsenal's coffers. Sponsorships, prize money, global exposure, all surged. But most importantly, it changed perception. Arsenal were no longer outsiders. They were contenders. Conclusion: more than just a win. April 2025, at the Bernabéu, will be remembered not just as the night Arsenal beat Real Madrid, but as the night they redefined themselves. In a cathedral of European football, they showed character, courage, and class. It was a win for North London, for the fans who endured the years in the wilderness, for the manager who dared to dream, and for a squad that refused to be intimidated. Arsenal had arrived, and the continent was on notice. The journey continues, but the legacy of this night is already eternal.